Power generation resumes at Boropukuria thermal power plant. Government of Sheikh Hasina not to bow down to any foreign power except countrymen, says Awami League General Secretary Obadul Qadir. 100-year Delta Plan is a gift of government for future generations, says experts. Hurricane Florence makes landfall in US, pushing life-threatening storm surge of floodwater. 1 million people taken to shelters. And Asia Cup cricket kicks off in UAE tomorrow, Bangladesh to meet Sri Lanka in inaugural match. Assalamu alaikum. This is News at 10 on BTV, BTV World and BTV Chattogram Center. I'm Anik Camberine and joining me tonight is
Mahmoodur Rahman. Assalamu alaikum. Those were the headlines. We'll move on now to the details. The Boropukuria coal-fired power plant resumed power generation today. The third unit of the power plant, with the capacity to generate 275 megawatt of power, has come into operation in the early hours of today. The plant resumed operation after receiving supply of coal from Boropukuria Coal Mining Company Limited, which resumed coal production on September the 7th. The power plant was shut down on July the 22nd due to the shortage of the supply of coal. There are 3 units at the plant site in Parvatipur Upazila of Dinajpur. All the units are jointly capable of generating 525 megawatt of power. Of these, the third unit has capacity to generate 275 megawatt power. Bangladesh Power Development Board is operating the plant there. Chief Engineer of the plant, Abdul Hakim Sharkar, said another 125 megawatt unit will be restarted as early as possible. The mine is producing roughly 1,400 tons of coal daily, and the production will be doubled in a couple of weeks, he added. Speaker Dr. Shirin Sharmin Chaudhry has said the role played by members of Parliament in achieving Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, is crucial as they can contribute to ensure no one is left behind. She said this while addressing a workshop titled Role of MPs in Monitoring and Implementing SDGs in Bahubal of Hobiganj district today. UN Resident Coordinator Mia Seppo presided over the workshop, while Deputy Speaker Mohammad Fazlur Rabbi Mia, Chief Coordinator for SDGs Affairs of PMO Abul Kalam Azad, Chief Whip ASM Firoz, UNDP Country Director Sudipto Mukherjee, grandson of Father of the Nation Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, and UNDP Senior Consultant Radwan Mujib Siddiq Bobby spoke on the occasion. The 2-day workshop, organized by UNDP, was attended by a total of 30 lawmakers and other senior officials of the Parliament Secretariat. Speakers said lawmakers can adopt action plans to achieve SDGs in their respective constituencies. Their effective role in stopping child marriages, use of drugs and development of youth has been widely acclaimed at the grassroots.
Awami League General Secretary Obadul Qadir has said the government of Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina will not bow down to any foreign power except the countrymen. He said this while talking with the journalists at Dhanmondi in the capital today following a meeting of Awami League secretaries. The meeting was organized to chalk out programs for celebrating birthday of Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina on September 28. Awami League Joint General Secretaries Mahbubul Alam Hanif and Jahangir Kobi Nanuk, Office Secretary Dr. Abdul Subhan Gulab, Publicity and Publications Secretary Dr. Hassan Mahmood, Organizing Secretaries AFM Bahauddin Naseem and Ahmed Hussain, and Prime Minister's Political Advisor H.T. Imam Magadis were present on the occasion. Obadul Qadir said United Nations may advise if they have to, but the government will not go beyond the constitution. He said peace will not come to the country till BNP exists in the field of politics. Obadul Qadir also said the nation does not expect anything better from a party with changed constitution to provide placements for the corrupt. Climate change is impacting the world enormously as salinity in water and soil is increasing. To face such natural adversities, the government has adopted a 100-year plan called Delta Plan 2100. Experts dub this plan as a gift of the government to the future generation. The present government, after taking office in 2009, adopted 5-year plan, 10-year perspective plan, and now it has adopted the Bangladesh Delta Plan 2100, a master plan for the coming 100 years. The master plan has been adopted following the Netherlands model. With help from the Netherlands, Bangladesh started working on the Delta Plan in 2014 and completed 26 research papers and put them to the scrutiny of economists, water and climate experts for 4 years before finalizing the master plan by General Economic Department of the Planning Ministry. The Delta Plan will be implemented in phases as Bangladesh is prone to natural calamities, says Dr. Shamsul Alam, a senior secretary to the government of Bangladesh. The first phase of implementation will be until 2031, then to 2050 and finally to the year 2100. The Planning Commission will update the Delta Plan in every 5 years, which is a historic document. Former Bangladesh Bank Governor Dr. Atir Rahman maintains plans adopted since liberation have not been fully coherent. But the Delta Plan encompasses the whole country, including its rivers, water bodies, earth, hills, plains and other geographical locations.
Now some international news. Hurricane Florence smashed into the United States East Coast today with howling winds, torrential rains and life-threatening storm surges as emergency crews scrambled to rescue hundreds of people stranded in their homes by floodwaters. Forecasters warned of catastrophic flooding and other mayhem from the monster storm, which is only Category 1 but physically sprawling and dangerous. Rescue workers in North Carolina, meanwhile, were scrambling to save people stranded in their homes. Meanwhile, the Philippines raised its storm warning today and warned of major destruction hours before Super Typhoon Mangkhut is due to make landfall with fierce winds and drenching rain. Thousands have already fled their homes on the Philippines' northern coastal tip ahead of the early Saturday arrival of what forecasters have called the strongest typhoon yet this year. The Philippine State Weather Service raised a Signal 4 alert, the second highest storm warning for winds of up to 220 kilometers per hour for the Cagayan and northern Isabela coastal provinces. North and South Korea opened a joint liaison office intended to facilitate cross-border exchanges in the northern city of Kaesong today as they knit closer ties ahead of President Moon Jae-in's visit to Pyongyang next week. Seoul and Pyongyang have sought to pursue joint projects in multiple fields since their April summit in the demilitarized zone that divides the peninsula, even as U.S. efforts to secure concrete progress towards North Korea's denuclearization have stalled.
Speakers at a discussion meeting in Dhaka today said the coordination policy of Swami Vivekananda presented in Chicago in the United States of America 125 years ago is still relevant. Vivekananda Education and Culture Council organized the discussion in Dhaka University campus, marking the anniversary of the speech. Prime Minister's advisor Dr. Gauhar Rizvi, Dhaka University Pro Vice Chancellor Dr. Nasrin Ahmed and Awami League Deputy Office Secretary Barrister Biplo Boru among others spoke at the discussion. They said the ideology of Swami Vivekananda will play an important role in making the world peaceful for all. State Minister for Information Tarana Halim has said the country is marching forward under the leadership of Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, while a section of people is conspiring against the country. She said this while addressing a rally of Bangabandhu Sanskritik Jot Bhara Union Unit at Nagurpur in Tangai today. Tarana Halim said the government is working relentlessly for the development of the country. There is no alternative to Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina for continuation of the ongoing development activities, she said. Now news on weather. Due to active monsoon, heavy to very heavy rainfall is likely to occur at places over Rangpur division during next 24 hours. Dhaka Met Office said light to moderate rain, thundershowers accompanied by temporary gust of wind is likely to occur at most places over Mymensingh and Sylhet divisions, at many places over Dhaka, Chattogram and Rajshahi divisions, and at a few places over Khulna and Borishal divisions, with moderately heavy to very heavy falls at places over the country.
And now some sports news. The 14th Asia Cup cricket will kick off in the United Arab Emirates tomorrow afternoon. In the inaugural match, Bangladesh will face Sri Lanka at 5:30 p.m. Bangladesh Standard Time. Bangladesh Television will telecast the match live. Bangladesh played the final 2 times in this tournament. In 2012, the Tigers lost to Pakistan by 2 wickets, while they also lost to India by 8 wickets in the 2016 final in Dhaka. Football, India will face the Maldives in the final of the 12th SAF Football Championship 2018 tomorrow. The match will start at 7 p.m. Bangladesh Standard Time at the Bangabandhu National Stadium. BTV World will telecast the match live. Earlier, India bagged 7 times the championship trophy, while Maldives have won only once. And as we end the bulletin, here again are the main points. Power generation resumes at Boropukuria Thermal Power Plant. Government of Sheikh Hasina not to bow down to any foreign power except countrymen, says Awami League General Secretary Obaidul Qadir. "100-year Delta Plan is gift of government for future generation," says experts. Hurricane Florence makes landfall in the U.S., pushing life-threatening storm surge of floodwater. 1 million people taken to shelters. And the Asia Cup cricket kicks off in UAE tomorrow. Bangladesh to meet Sri Lanka in the inaugural